What's up, boys and girls? Mom and Kid here, back again. Your Alpha is here. And today, guys, welcome back to another movie review. And I'm your host, Mom and Kid. How's everybody doing? What are we doing today? Though, this is the long overdue Halloween review. And we're going to kind of make this a little short and sweet, but try to give you some goodness as well. Do I recommend this movie to go see? Yes. If you were a fan of the original 1978 movie, you're going to love this. This still has that same atmosphere and creepy vibe that I got in that movie. When I was 7, I saw the first movie. And I had that creepy, scary vibe. Michael Myers is the only slasher icon that really scares me. Jason Voorhees does not scare me. Freddy Krueger does not scare me. Chucky, I'll kick that little shit doll. Pinhead is a joke to me. Leatherface kind of gets me a little scared, and that's just because of those weird noises he fucking makes. But other than that, Michael Myers is one of the true that really puts a little fear into me. I'm just going to be honest with you guys. But I recommend this movie. I recommend this movie for those lovers of the first movie. The movie is I would say kind of a retcon of the last movies. So it takes place 4 decades after the first movie. So it goes first movie, then this movie. So I guess we can call this H40. H40. So it takes 40 years after the first movie. And this movie does a beautiful job. Shout outs to David Green and Danny McBride. Those are two guys. David Green directed the movie. Danny McBride also helped co-write the movie. Danny McBride. Shout outs to Boomhouse and Mr. Carpenter, of course, for giving us this movie. Now, this movie does one thing beautifully, as well as just showcases what that could do. Jamie Curtis went on record in every interview she did, and she said the same thing. This movie will showcase trauma, PTSD. And yes, it did. The trauma, not just how much it affected Laurie all those years ago, but also how much it affected her daughter, her granddaughter. You name it, it affected 3 generations. You just showcase how much that one night affected Laurie. How? Okay, let's go down the list. 2 divorces. The state took her daughter away from her. How she raised her daughter like a warrior. She was prepared. She had her daughter to prepare for the boogeyman. And that kind of insects go into how her daughter raised her daughter, Allison. Like I said, Laurie and her daughter, played by Judy Greer, they have an estranged relationship. I mean, every time Allison, the granddaughter, wanted to know if grandma is coming, she would say, "Oh yeah, I talked to her. She's not going to be able to make it." And that's not true. There was a bunch of lies. She tried to almost like literally keep her daughter away from her mother, because in some ways she didn't want her daughter going through what she went through. And that's how it was. Like I said before, the first 5 minutes or 3 minutes of the movie, we get to see just how much that affected Laurie again when the two British podcasters go to see Laurie. It's like she lives on a compound, gated. You get to the gate, you got to be buzzed in by her. when you get to her house, it's like a fortress. Locks galore. Locks galore. One click, one latch, click, 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 boom, up, boom, click this. It's like, wow. That's how it was for Laurie. And you feel sorry. The way Jamie Lee Curtis performed it, you felt really sorry for her. But, and also you felt like you want to see Laurie succeed in conquering her demon, which is Mike Myers. And she does that beautifully in this. The performances were great. Jamie Lee Curtis was on fire. Judy Greer did such a great job because she's morely known for her comedic side, her being a very good supporting actress. I know she's about to make her directorial debut in a movie. I'm forgetting what the name of the movie is, but she's also known for that. And for all my fellow comic movie lovers, she is the ex-wife of Scott Lang in the Ant-Man movies. That's Judy Greer, for all those who don't know who I'm talking about. That's Judy Greer. So she's Cassie's mom. But she does such a brilliant job in this, too, of just showcasing how it affected her. And the actress who played Allison, Allison, Laurie's granddaughter, did a pretty good job, too. This felt like just a straight, direct approach from Carpenter's original movie. It had everything you wanted. The eeriness, that music, horny teenagers, Halloween party, this, that. Well done. Paying so much homage to that original movie. Respect, indeed. Michael, being Michael, showcased just how much he is literally the incarnate of evil. How unpredictable this guy is. Look, his first victim was, I would say, a 12-year-old boy. I think the boy was 12-year-old. He was like 12. Just shows you, Michael Myers does not give two licks how old you are. Plus, once again, I forgot to say it, shout out to Nick Castle for coming back to reprise his role as Michael Myers. But in this alone, Michael does a lot of supernatural things, like superhuman-esque things. Like, and just kind of like the way because I was sitting next to a couple that every time he did something like over the top or just super, they're like, how the f he do that? Like, and I kind of had to turn to him because this is the same couple that didn't know anything about Michael Myers or Halloween in general. I had to turn to him like, think of Michael Myers like that psycho strength. Like, that psycho strength. He's that strong, I mean, let alone he took a tire iron to the face. A tire iron, what? Didn't do shit. He beat this guy to death. He beat a guy to death. He strangled a woman to death. He put a cleaver through this girl's neck, cut this woman's throat. Like I said, I've forgotten how many people he killed, but I lost count. I was trying to keep a count of how many people he killed. But the deaths were gruesome. Typical Michael Myers routine. He would literally alone walk into somebody's house, kill them, walk out. I mean, he literally was just on a killing spree like that first movie. And just shows you just how unpredictable this guy is. And this was all just building up to the confrontation between Laurie and him. And they did that beautifully. Beautifully alone. Dr. Loomis's protege, right? Yeah, protege. That man, piece of shit. I'm piece of fucking shit. I had feelings that he was gonna be a problem. I'm a spoil that, guys. I had a he was showcased brilliantly. They showcased how brilliantly, how kind of obsessive psychiatrists can get with one patient. They get so obsessed with them because they want to know what makes this person tick. Why is he doing this? Da, da, da. They want to know everything about this patient, and the obsession of psychology was showcased brilliantly in this, and because of him. But what I enjoyed the most was the build up to the confrontation. Seeing Laurie hold it down. Jamie Lee Curtis was boss in this. I can't say any more about her. I've always been a fan of hers, and she was boss. I love how prepared she was for him, and she was just like, okay, I'm gonna protect my family. Don't worry. She was telling her, okay, here, you want to go with stopping power? Here, take this. You want to go with this? She was like, my favorite is revolvers. They don't jam. I'm like, she's right. When have you ever seen a revolver jam? They don't. She did that really. It was just like, okay, you stay down here. And soon as Michael came in, yeah, on her compound, whoo, it was great. So much homage. So much in that scene alone was brilliant. Just seeing how Laurie fortified this area. When Michael got inside, I gotta spoil this, guys. Gotta spoil. Michael gets inside. Laurie is looking for Michael. She's like looking around, and every time she exited a room, she'd lock it. Like she hit this button, pop, and a gate would come down. Boom. Do it again, pop. She'd lock it again. It was like she had made sure if he was in this room hiding, she's gonna lock him in there. So much homage. Even to the point where they did go at it, and Michael got the upper hand on Laurie, and Laurie pulled the Michael, which everybody got a kick out of when Michael got a taste of his own medicine. It was so good. I love that part. But there's a scene where, once again, Michael showcasing his unnatural strength, as I like to say. When Laurie told her daughter and granddaughter to get in the cellar, it had like a tea table, and Laurie she would hit a button and it automatically bolted. Now this thing is bolted to the floor. Michael comes over, pop, 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 rips it off, and I'm like, okay, there's that supernatural strength. But this was my favorite scene, and so Allison and her mom are in the cellar. Allison's mom tells Judy, "Baby, get behind me." She's got a rifle pointed right up at the stairs. It looks like she, as all the training you thought she went through, she's not like her mom. And she's like, "Mom, I can't, help me, Mom. I can't. I'm not like you. Like, help me." And so that almost gave Michael the incentive. Oh, she's not like Laurie. Okay, I got you. And he comes down the stairs. He starts coming down, and all she did was, she was like, "Got you." Like, it was like, yeah, got you, sucker. You're a sucker and pop. And he rolls down the stairs. He gets shot. And then Laurie comes out of the shadows like Michael did in that first movie. Happy Halloween, Michael. Whop, and they go, and that was the scene right there. And then it goes from there, and we see that cellar is not a panic room. It's not a safety. It was a fucking trap all along. All along, it was a trap, and they got him. Locked to shoot, hit that button again, and this gate, shoot, chink, 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 boom, comes over. Michael is locked in there, Flare. They hit another button. Gas is leaking in. Whew. Boom. Michael, like Mike, typical Michael, not even showing no kind of concern. Is just like almost like not even flinching, not even flinching. Beautiful done. Now I won't ruin the rest. I'm sorry guys, because that was my scene. I had to give that off, but just seeing these three generation of women, and I know you probably no one wants to hear that, but it was showcased beautifully the strength that Lori had, and just how much her family did mean to her, how much she did love her, and why she did the things she did for her daughter was brilliant, and just showed don't mess with her mother and her family. I love that. I thought that was great. We hear our mothers say that all the time. I will die for you. I'll take a bullet for you. Blah 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 blah. Truly, here Lori was literally going to do that to protect her family. And respect and props to everybody who worked on this for showcasing that. Like I said before, guys, 10. For me, I enjoyed it. I loved it. This was a must-see for me. If you want to see a horror icon done perfectly, this is the movie to see. This movie has been setting records. I've been keeping track of the box office, as well as mostly I always do with this movie quadrupled its budget. I think this movie took, if I remember correctly, it's saying it took 10 to 15 mil to make. It's grossed over 172.5 mil. It's the highest grossing horror movie in October, I believe. As well as the highest grossing movie with the female lead over 50. I don't care about that too much because age shouldn't be mattering in Hollywood, but it does. If you can still do the job, do it to your ability. And Jamie Lee Curtis, thank you for giving us one last hoorah with Lori. Yeah, it was. Well, guys, yeah, guys, that's my thoughts on the movie. The movie was great. I enjoyed it. You guys tell me in the comment section below, what did you think of Halloween? If you saw it, if you didn't see it, do I recommend it? Yes. 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 Did I get the creepy vibes that I got from the first movie? Yes, I did. The chills was there, guys. The chills was there. But it was good. Real good. But other than that, this is M.V.K. You guys take care. What's next on must-see movies for me? Well, for the rest of 2018, well, there's the Wreck-It Ralph 2. There's Creed 2. There's Aquaman. There's Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Those are must-see for me. Then there's some movies that interest me as well, like Overlord. That kind of interests me to see. It's on my interested radar. But till next time, guys.